Hey, what's up? Welcome everybody to TreoView, and today we're going to be breaking down what, in my opinion, is the best build for your island wrestler in WWE 2K25. So if you enjoyed the video and you like what I have to say, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, so that we can keep this ball rolling and grow this channel. 1,000 subscribers is where we're aiming for, and hopefully with a video like this we'll get there. So without further ado, let's get into it. So you guys can see I'm bronze 1, 97. I stopped grinding when I realized, or at least I thought, it was no longer accepting my points, but that's another story. I did find someone ahead of me, so I'll get right back on that grind, and you guys can watch that grind on YouTube, on Twitch, as we get back to being #1 in the world. So until further ado, let's go ahead and get into this best build. We're going to skip this because we don't care. So men or women don't really matter, but hear me out. The first thing that comes to mind when you're talking about the best build is the backgrounds. And the reason the backgrounds matter is because it also correlates with what badges you will be able to get and what badges you won't. 5 of the actual backgrounds have exclusive badges. The other 3 don't. So in this build, we're going to go with, I believe, is the best build, and that is going to be for the background. Well, let's see. You know what? Lifelong Fan, I believe, has the best badge, which is the Energetic Opportunist. We'll break that badge down in a moment, but let's keep going. Now, this one matters the most because it has, fighting style has the most significant effect. But striker, technician, powerhouse, high flyer, trash. All of them useless. There's only one fighting style you should ever go with, and that is the giant. The reason you go with the giant is because giants get that immovable object buff at the beginning of every match. That purple bar that makes it nearly impossible to do any grapple moves against them. You have to use strikes, kicks, aerial moves to bring down that purple bar. So if anyone tries to grapple you at all, you will automatically reverse them, or you will push them back, making them have to recalibrate their thinking, and you can use that timing to go on the advantage. No other fighting style matters. Do not use any other fighting style. Giant is the only one that matters. And the most important thing about that is giant is a fighting style. It does not dictate what kind of moves you do, how fast you are. All it dictates is your starting attributes a little bit, and whether or not you get that purple bar. You should not be creating anything that is not a giant. Now, when we get to weight class, this one does matter as well. Now, if you see, we're going to make a quick glance at what your starting attributes are when you go and pick these classes, right? Cruiserweight. Weight and height does not matter. I don't even know why weight and height are in the game. They do not matter. No matter how far you go up, it does not change your bonuses or your penalties. Doesn't matter. So we're going to, it's just aesthetics. That's all it is. Just how tall do you want to be? Because you see, your weight doesn't change your look. Only thing that matters here, your height. How do you want to look? It doesn't affect gameplay. So we're going to breeze right through this. Now you see, we start with a 75 overall for this weight class. So we're going to go back, revert those changes, go back here, revert those changes. Cruiserweight, 75. 75 overall. Lightweight, 76 overall. Go back. Heavyweight, 74 overall. And let's bring it back one more time. Super heavyweight. Now, a lot of you might think that if you're going to be a giant, you need to make a super heavyweight. But you don't ever want to make a super heavyweight because you start off with the lowest overall at a 69. So we're going to skip that. So you might ask yourself, TreoView, so which one do I go for? Well, you want to break down just what you get for these different weight classes because these three are 74, 75, 76, relatively the same. So I'll save you some time because I went through and broke down exactly what you get for every one. And also, I've played so many matches, I can tell you which ones are most beneficial. So like I said, cruiserweight. Cruiserweight gets all the speed, none of the power, none of the durability. So you can see 100 in speed, 100 aerial range, running offense, 100. Everything in speed is amazing when it comes to the cruiserweight. But the problem is, look at the power submission defense. You can only max out at 76. Grapple offense, you can only max out at 78. Leg power, all of these, they may get lucky and reach into the 80s, but that's it. And then you come down to durability, right? Durability. How much damage you can take? Only an 80. Arm durability, it's a little higher, but most of your opponents will not be focusing on your arms. Durability is what matters. Now, it does have a great pin escape, but in all honesty, they all have a relatively, if you know what you're doing, you can escape a pin. And if you really know what you're doing, you're not going to get pinned. Now, submission offense and defense. I've played probably 60 games and not have one pin attempt. The reason is because only 2 of the island's arenas can you even submit someone. And that's going to be Hero HQ and the Deadlands. The other matches you can't. So if you focus on submission defense, 1, you're going to eliminate half the matches, and most people don't go for them. So they all get 100 finisher, 100 special, so that doesn't matter. But because the defense on this one is so low, we're not going to go with it, even though we have all the speed, right? Now, it does come with a 75 overall, but we can do better. So what we're actually going to look at is the light heavyweight. If you go to the light heavyweight, you see it doesn't have as much speed, but it has the second most speed, right? It has the second most aerial range. It also has great running offense, great aerial defense. Pretty much the light heavyweight is the most balanced all-arounder. You see, even the stamina, you can get your stamina up to not 100, but 90. Now, grapple reversal, 100. Pin escape, 100. Strike reversal, 100. So it has the best reversal when it comes to just attacking. That's why it's so good in my opinion. Now, heavyweight, on the other hand, if we go down, you'll see the pin escape better, but the strike reversal, you're going to be getting strikes more than you get pinned. You're going to be getting grappled more than you get pinned. And it doesn't even come close to the others when it comes to the submission. Stamina is lower, which means your running offense is going to be pretty awful. So, let's be clear and let's be honest. 99% of you are going to use running moves. So we want to figure out which one has the best running. We're not going to go to super heavyweight because it's useless. It gets the lowest of everything, it's the worst of everything, except for submissions. And like I said before, very rarely are you going to get submitted in this game. Nope, back out of here. So, in my opinion, you can go with one of two. You can go with the 74 overall heavyweight, which has very low defense, but has more power to it starting off. You can put out more damage, but you drop off on defense. Or you go with the light heavyweight, where you put out only a tad bit less offense, but you have way more speed, and your durability is just a little bit less, but your reversal is much higher. So that's why the only one I think anyone should go for is the light heavyweight. So we're going to go with light heavyweight. All right. I'm going to skip this part because I'm not going through it. I'm not going to waste your time. Now I want to show you why I chose Lifelong Fan as the character background. And it's pretty simple. We're going to go over into the backgrounds doing this live. I'm sorry, we're going to go over into the badges doing it live. And I'm going to show you why I chose Lifelong Fan. So we go over to the badges. And I'll show you the only background exclusive ones right now. We have Locomotion, which decreases the stamina drain from throwing strikes and running. That's for the mogul. Now, if you pick the right weight class and fighting style, you shouldn't be running out of stamina too often. So it would have been a waste to go with mogul. Now we're going to go over here to leg day. And leg day decreases the damage done to a superstar's legs. Sounds great, but if you play enough matches, you'll know that very, very rarely do people focus on your legs. Most of your damage is going to come from your head and your torso. This will be a waste. So we're not going with athletic background. Now, curls. Curls decreases the damage done to a player's arms. Once again, not going to be getting a lot of attacks on the arms, so that's why we didn't go with indie wrestler. Now, the reason we went with Lifelong Fan is because it gets Enter Beast Mode when you stun an opponent, Energetic Opportunist. And that sounds exactly as it is. Once you stun an opponent, your speed, your damage output, all of your attributes jump up, so you can really inflict some damage. Now we have a few more that I have to find, but useless, just like some of the other ones I mentioned. Where they are, I don't know. Okay, I'm not going to find the other ones, but it doesn't matter because we got the one that does matter, and that is entering beast mode. Back out of here. So we're going to back out. Now you guys see I have a giant with a Lifelong Fan background with a light heavyweight actual weight class. And that, guys, is easily, for every reason I've described, the best build in WWE 2K25 if you're going to be playing the island. Thank you guys so much for checking out the video. I appreciate you. Please, if you like the video, go ahead and subscribe, follow on Twitch, like the video, and I will see you with more content on our way to 1,000.